flown out to Denmark, to the beautiful city of Aarhus, to actually speak to a company that's doing some really cool things when it comes to customer programs. And that is the Salling Group. Question is this Viking outfit too much? Now, the Salling Group has over 53,000 employees and annual revenues in excess of 10 billion US dollars. They have a bevy of brands, everything from hypermarkets and supermarkets through to coffee, restaurants and department stores. They are definitely an A player when it comes to retail, with over 35% share of the retail market in Denmark. Now, some of you may remember that we interviewed Salling Group last year at Signals, and that was just 4 weeks after the launch of their customer program. What we're here to do today is to come back and see what's happened with the developments of the program and how it's gone over the last year. Now, amongst the Salling Group's largest brands are Netto, Bilka and Fotex, all supermarkets and hypermarkets. But today, we've come to their department store brand, the Salling Group. And we're going to interview Andres Zox, who's the head of customer programs, up on the roof. Come on in.
Hey, Richard.
Andres,
Nice to see you.
what a fantastic location.
Yes, it is. It's a nice one.
Well, let's sit down and dig in.
Yes. Let's do that.
Well, welcome back to another ThinkyCap Spotlight session where we really hone in on the successful core of a program with one of our clients. And this was the Salling Group. And Rich, what were people thinking as you walked around Denmark in a Viking suit?
Well, to be fair, they gave me some fairly strange looks.
I'm sure they did. Well, look, Salling Group is a massive retailer, over $13 billion in sales. Last year, we had them at Signals right after they rolled out their loyalty and personalization program. It's been a year. What did you learn? How are they optimizing and how's the program going?
Yeah, well, the great news is that their original thesis has actually proved to be wildly successful. They didn't want just another earn and burn grocery loyalty program, right? They wanted to get to know their customers and to offer truly personalized offers at a one-to-one level, layering on activations such as games that would entertain their members. And they wanted to scale this across the Danish population.
So how much of the Danish population do they scale across?
Well, I'll let Andres tell us that, but all I can say is when you beat TikTok, Facebook and Instagram on the App Store for weeks on end, you know you've made it.
Okay, let's dig in. I want to see it.
If we go back to Signals last year when we filmed you, it was, I think, just a few weeks after you'd launched the customer program for Fotex and Bilka. So for those that didn't watch that session last year, and there's many more people that have joined Signals this year, give us a little bit of information of what was the reasoning behind setting up the customer program, doing the launch.
Yeah. So as I said last year as well, this was basically a promotional transformation program. So the whole story started with the question of, okay, can we find a new channel instead of the printing leaflets? Can we find a way how to send personalized promotions instead of the mass communication? So that's why we launched. And as you said, last year we went live with Fotex and Bilka just before the Signals shooting. And later that year we went live with Netto, which is our biggest brand with over 500 discounter stores. And this year we decided that we bring in Salling department store as well to the family.
And what was the sort of rationale around how would this program help you understanding your customers?
Yes, of course, it was very important to understand our customers. That's data basically help us to make the promotions more personalized, makes the experience more personalized, find a new communication channel, which is fully digital, which is owned by us, and which sits in your pocket.
Now that's a pretty interesting point because we've seen a lot of disruption in Facebook and Google and ad tech that's been going on. So a lot of people have been investing in their own digital channels. Was that an important consideration for you to actually own your direct channel to the customer?
Absolutely, it was a very important consideration when we designed the program. First of all, we want to own the data because that's the that makes it the most usable. And of course, that's how we can guarantee to our customers that it's fully safe. And we are just only use it for the right purpose.
Now, the Salling Group program was somewhat unique, particularly amongst grocers, in that you wanted to show that you could launch a successful and widely used program that wasn't focused on money back points on purchases. Why did you want to do that?
Honestly, it was a kind of a learning which we learned from other brands who did a classic money back program. So when we talked to our great friends and also with our great competitors, it was very obvious that it was a wrong decision from that perspective, because it's very quickly became a hygiene factor for the customers.
Right.
So we are still giving back the money, but we are giving back the money in campaigns via promotional offers. And it turned out it was a great decision, because we have more than 1 million members in a 5.5 million country.
You mentioned that you got 1 million customers in a population of 5 million in Denmark that
Yes.
are part of the loyalty program. You were also number 1, number 2 most downloaded app in Denmark on the App Store. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that was one of the moments of proudness actually in my team. So beating the big apps, global big apps for weeks in the App Store.
TikTok.
Even TikTok, Facebook, Insta, and all the big guys. That was really a great moment.
In the middle of a pandemic when those apps were going crazy.
Exactly. So that was of course showing the success of a great collaboration between all the related departments. So we got great deals from commercial. We got an amazing marketing effort and the marketing support from the formats, and of course from the tech side, from IT and from digital. So it was really an amazing moment to celebrate.
Some of the other things that I know that you were looking at in your phase 2 was surprise and delight, and games and competitions. Talk to me a little bit about those 2 things.
Yes, so as I mentioned, games were one of the biggest surprise for us. So obviously these games are, if you can say that they are pretty boring, but I can confirm that it's not. So people still love to play a game. They still love to spin a wheel and win a candy or a chocolate or whatever kind of a product, where they feel rewarded at all, and then they are coming to the store and pick it up this product, of course together with a nice extra shopping trip, which is really beautiful for us. So what we can see that they still enjoy to play a game, and it's still a financial benefit for the group, which is a very nice combination. We just ran a few games during the summer, and we could see that over 500,000 games were played, again in a 5.5 million country.
Wow.
And more than 10% of the member database was activated with these games. So it was not just great for the sales, but it was also super for the app. A lot more weekly active user, a lot more engagement, a lot more usage of the app, which was a really cool experience and a cool campaign to run.
You have had very ambitious goals for the new customer program. How have you found working with CHEETAH Digital, not just on the launch, but over the rollout period as you've extended the program's capabilities to this point today?
Yeah, I still can explain our relationship as a great partnership. So we are co-developing, and that's what I really like, and that's what honestly I like the most, that every time when there is a new challenge, you guys also willing to change, willing to develop, willing to come with us on our crazy journey and answer to our crazy questions most of the time in a positive way. I know we are a demanding client. I know we have always some crazy requests, but that's the best to dream together, to develop together, and then of course enjoy the success together.
Well, like all partnerships, I think we make each other better. So thank you very much, Andres, for being a great client, for pushing the boundaries of what you're doing here, and for doing this interview today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.